I recently discovered that my husband hid a portion of his assets abroad before our divorce proceedings began in Dubai. What can I do to make sure that these offshore assets are considered during the proceedings? Well, it depends on where these assets are located, whether they're located in, and what also you have the evidence of these assets. So if the assets are located in your home jurisdiction, so this can be handled a certain way. But if you ultimately have proof of the assets, then you will be able to present them in the divorce proceedings here. So if you're arguing, for example, that you should have an interest in your overall kind of family wealth, and those assets would otherwise comprise that wealth. And if you have evidence of it, just because those accounts or that money is not located in the UAE does not make it not subject to the UAE courts in terms of deciding what the rights of distribution of assets or division of wealth should be. So those assets would be included in the court's overall consideration, and therefore the overall division of assets. If that's what the application of the law would warrant. But in terms of the court being able, or the local authorities being able to access those assets, that's where they fall outside of the UAE's jurisdiction. But they don't fall outside of the UAE jurisdiction in terms of incorporating them into the overall value of the assets. Let's say the court will issue a decision incorporating or using those offshore assets as part of the overall financial judgment, and then that would be, so the amount as per the court order would be is what your ex-spouse by that time will be required to pay. And if they don't pay, then obviously this is where you can use tools such as travel ban as leverage for your ex-spouse to bring money from the offshore accounts and cover the judgment. So that's in most terms that's how it would work, and it's quite effective. Now, alternatively, you can always either take the Dubai judgment or the UAE judgment and enforce it in that jurisdiction where those assets lie. If you are not able to sort of use leverage to get your spouse to pay the judgment amount. Or you can file a new case in that specific jurisdiction, but obviously that would be more expensive and more cumbersome. So the best way is just to make sure that you have evidence of these assets, and you present them early on as part of the UAE proceedings, and they will be considered by the courts here.